welcome to day one of Mastering Sales Funnels. So I'm going to jump in real quick with a little explainer video of what it is, that an overview. A lot of people were getting confused with the way I did it because I go backwards. You'll see it in the video below. So I had to, this is a video to fill in the gaps. So we're going to start out. I'm going to tell you an overview of everything that we're going to learn. And step number one through the overview is picking your niche. And it's really easy for me to forget because I forget that people don't realize they have to find a niche. They think they can just do a broad target. For example, we'll say the music niche, right? So people think they're like, oh yeah, I can just target music and I'm good. It gets confusing, it gets convoluted when you're just doing music, even though you might know music and every aspect of it. There's niches to it, right? So one would be guitar, it could be DJ, could be drums, right? And then you can niche down again, right? You can do techno, you can do rock, right? You can do hip hop. They go down, niche down. What you want to do is you want to pinpoint that niche that you're in, right? That's step number one. Figure out what it is. And my advice to you, and this is the best advice that anybody, if you're going to be working from home and you're building your own business, you're going to hit a lot of hurdles and obstacles and discouragement. I'm not trying to bum you out. It just happens, right? There's things, it's a learning curve. You have to learn it and how to get over stuff. The only way you're truly going to want to do that is if it's something you love, right? I mean, it just makes sense. So everyone's going to tell you, do the health, wealth, and romance niches. Don't do just something because you think it's lucrative, okay? Just because you think you're going to make money. Don't. Do it because you love it, right? Like this I can relate to. Like I was in a band, a rock band, so I could totally do this all day long. Every day, all day, and I could tell you all the pains in the butt with the calluses on my fingers from playing guitar, how my hand felt awkward. I could fix so many problems in that niche. So my advice to you is make sure you're doing it with something you love. Okay, and the second step that's probably equally as important, if not more important, is you got to have a pinpoint target. This guy right here, guy or girl, whatever. See, the reason why I'm saying that is because this has to stay consistent. Every email you write, every ad you run, whatever stage you're on, everyone you talk to on Facebook, you got to be picturing that you're selling to the same person. This is your target audience. So everything that you build out later on, it'll make sense later, but everything that you do is going to be revolved around this target person. So for me, since I'm in the rock niche, and guitar, I would want to teach people how to play guitar. And for me, I was a young teenager, right? Like I was 12, 13 years old when I started learning. So my key demographic would be like teenagers, right? Not necessarily boys or girls, but I can relate more to boys. So I'm making a boy and he's got his guitar, right? That's my picture of a guitar. It looks more like a sousaphone. And so now everything I do, I know I'm focused on him, and we're going to call him Billy for no rhyme or reason. It's because when I'm writing out my ads, what does Billy want? How am I going to get Billy's attention? It's a very crucial element in marketing, right? And actually, this book, I'm going to talk about this all the whole way. I put a link somewhere in the video up above, but .com Secrets. Russell Brunson, he did the whole software for ClickFunnels, marketing genius. Okay, get the book. It's a free book. Click the link, have him send it out to you. Seriously, it's worth it. He talks about the dream customer. And the reason why the dream customer is so important is for this. When you're building out your niche, if you're convoluted and you're like, okay, I want to advertise to Billy the teenager, but I also want to advertise to the middle-aged guy who's a divorcee. You know what I mean? Because he's rediscovering himself, so I want to advertise to both of them. Well, the ad that you place doesn't apply to both of them, right? You're going to put up an ad and impress all your friends. The older guy doesn't. It's not his goal. Do you see what I'm saying? It gets confusing. So you got to stay consistent. So those are my 2 points to that. My next point is going to be that is the overview. Okay, this is everything that we're going to be discussing through this course. And once you have building out a capture page is great. You want to have a website. We're going to talk about that later on. You want to have a home base if you don't already. This is stuff that you're going to need because you're going to have to send people to your home base. So The concept is though, we're for in the beginning, and the most important part to build out, and I'm going to get to that in the next video, is your email sequence, right? Oops, I forgot to click my button here. Your email sequence down here. Now, the beautiful thing about like Market Hero is the email responder that I use, and I'm going to talk about that in the video below, is that all the traffic that I get, I'm going to show you how to get traffic in day 4, the last one, but all the traffic that you get, you're going to capture them as leads. You're not really focusing on sales, you're focusing on getting names and email addresses, because this is why. Nobody buys from you without knowing you. So you're going to send them an email sequence, right? So on day 1, my very first thing, my ad was like, hey, I can teach you how to learn guitar in 30 days. Seriously, I could teach you to play a song in 30 days and impress the ladies. You know what I mean? That could be my ad, if I'm targeting a teenage kid. And email 1 is going to be like, hey, the number 1 thing that you have to do is you got to practice the scale with your first finger, your ring finger, and your pinky. You got to do this over and over again. Just keep practice that every day, all day. You got to do that for 20 minutes until your hand's cramping, because that's going to loosen your finger patterning up. So everything else that we're going to do is going to be a lot easier to you. It's like exercising, like lifting weights, but you're doing it with your fingers. Email 1. Right at the gate, I'm solving a problem for them, right? I'm helping them out. I'm telling them that I'm going to help them. That's what you got to focus on, all right? So this is email 1, email 2, help. Email 3, you can sell something if you want. At this point, it would be like, hey, get this tuner that it's an electronic tuner. You use it to tune your guitar, and I'm an affiliate with it, right? Maybe it's like a $50 tuner, so I get $20 for it if they buy it, right? He goes to his parents and he's like, hey, can I get this tuner? I really want this tuner. I made $20. Now I get 100 people through that funnel, right? And let's say 10 of them buy $20 product. That's $200. How long is it going to take me to get that many people through my funnel? Are you understanding? Like this is how money snowballs. This is how we make money. And we did him a favor, so he's going to keep opening up emails. Do you see what I'm saying? We're building a relationship with him. Now, when I'm selling my own product, I can now send an email, hey, check out my product that I just launched. And I'm going to send them to a capture page that I create, right? And we're going to get into all that later. ClickFunnels is what I use to do that. So once I send them to that capture page, that sales page, it's got all my sales copy and the reason why it's so awesome and it's great. He trusts me. Now I'm more likely to close that sale, right? And so then I could sell him something else. After he buys that, he's then taken to an OTO page. The software does this. Oh, you bought this? Well, this also goes with that. Oh, you bought the guitar? Well, maybe you want the guitar lead that goes with it so you can plug it into the amp. Or maybe you want an amp too. You can literally keep selling them as long as they're willing to buy, right? You get your sales through the roof and you just start making money in hand over fist. It's great. And once they stop, once you send them the thank you page, they follow you on social media. And now they're giving you testimonials, they're engaging with you, they're sharing your posts, they're getting people to come to you and become leads. Do you see how this works? This is the overview. I tried to make it as quick as possible and as less confusing as possible, just because the bottom video wasn't really that, as far as I was looking at it, it didn't explain much. So I really hope this helps, gives you an overview on what we're going to learn in this course and how you can do it. Literally with any niche, you can do it. And FYI, after the whole course is over, on the very end, once you finish, you get tagged. I tagged you through my email responder. Once you watch all the videos, it tags you as the 4-day bootcamp graduate. So you'll get an email asking you to join my Facebook group, and you'll get to communicate with me, and we'll talk, we'll interact, and we'll help you build a company yourself, an online business, even if you're just trying to earn extra cash. This is a great way to do it, right? Let's pretend here for a second. Let's look at that math. I'm going a lot longer than I wanted to. I hope I'm not boring you. People tend to not like long videos, but let's look at this for a while, okay? Let's pretend I built up my guitar lovers list, right? All my musician fans. And I'm going to encourage them and keep them so they keep going, right? So let's say I build up my email list. I got 10,000 people on my list. They're actively opening up emails, right? Like even if I got a 1%, or let's say in this case, let's say 10%. 10% sounds good. Let's say you're going to get a lot more than that, especially if you're doing it right. But let's say 10% open my emails, right? I sent a blast email out to all my 10,000, my buddies, the people I got a relationship with. 10% opens. That's 100, right? What if once a month I send out a blast about a new product, right? Like, hey, you got to check out this book that's online. Or maybe it's a personalized product that I made, like maybe it's my course that I'm teaching. something, right? Maybe it's worth $100. I think I even talked about this in the bottom video, so you'll probably hear this twice. But 100, that's 100 people that opened my email, right? You're going to get a lot more than that. And out of those 100 people, how many of them do you think are actually going to buy that $100 product, right? Even 10 of those people is $1,000. That's amazing. Just for sending out one email. Do you understand the severity of this? Email marketing is so underplayed by all of these gurus and stuff, and you just don't understand. You're getting emails from all these guys, and you're probably ignoring it because they're acting like spam. So that's my advice to you: is don't be spam. But I'll go ahead and let you get to the next video. I had to make this one to kind of clear the air. And again, once you get through the whole thing, got any questions, hit me up. All right? Cool. I'll talk to you later.